Good morning, children. Welcome to social class. So, in social, we are learning the 16th block, which is weather and climate. And we have learned the difference between weather and climate and also the factors that affect the climate. Isn't it, children? So, in the next topic, in the third topic, we are going to learn the major heat zones of on the earth. Okay, so the earth is divided into three heat zones, okay, based on the amount of heat that region gets from the sun. Okay, let's see. So this is your earth and you have your sun. Okay, and looking at that, you can say that the equator is getting more sun rays. Okay, and as you go, the angle is slanting. It has become low angle for incoming sunlight is getting reduced at the poles. So based on that, there are three major heat zones. The first one, the torrid zone. Can you see the light green? That's all the torrid zone. That is the area between the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn. Can you see 23.5 degrees north and 23.5 degrees south? Do you remember, children? The latitudes, important latitudes, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn in the south. So from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, here the heat is more. That means this place receives the direct sun rays of the sun. It receives the direct rays of the sun. Okay, and because of that, this region has hot climate. Okay, and this region is called as torrid region or torrid zone. Okay, which is from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, next is your temperate zone. This is, if you see the northern hemisphere, from Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle. Okay, and in the southern hemisphere, Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle. Okay, so these regions on the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, these regions receive moderate amount of sun rays. Okay, that's why here the climate is moderate. It has moderate climate. Okay, and this region is called temperate zone. Okay, can you see in the video, children? Can you see in the picture? And from Arctic Circle in the southern hemisphere, from Arctic Circle to the South Pole, and in the northern hemisphere, from Arctic Circle to the North Pole, is frigid zone, where you very very less amount of sun rays can be reached. Okay, can you see the picture also? The sun rays are very little when it goes to North Pole, isn't it, children? And here the climate is very cold. Okay, it remains, always remains covered with snow throughout the year, because the sun rays are very very less, isn't it, children? So this area is completely covered with snow throughout the year. Okay, where in the northern hemisphere, from Arctic Circle to the North Pole, and in the southern hemisphere, from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole. So this region is called frigid zone. Okay, frigid zone. Now you have understood the three major heat zones. Torrid zone is the zone which is from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, which receives maximum amount of sun rays, and the climate is hot here. Okay, then you have temperate zone, which is from Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and Tropic of Capricorn to the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. Here the climate is moderate because it receives moderate amount of sun rays. Then coming to the frigid zone, which is from Arctic Circle to the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and Antarctic Circle to the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. Here the climate is cold always covered with snow because it is least amount of sun rays. Okay, children. So this is our topic for today. Coming to your did you know? So ice in this poles is getting melted in the northern pole, in the north pole, in the south pole. We said that it is always covered with snow. This snow, this ice is getting melted. Okay, as it is melting, the water levels has been increase has been expected to increase from 7 to 23 inches by the end of this century. And if this continues, the poles at the poles, then the snow get melts more, and the sea levels will be increased by 4 to 8 inches, and that causes floods. If the water level is increased, obviously it causes floods, isn't it, children? So that is the problem here. And this is because why the ice is melting, why the snow is melting in the poles, because of the earth is getting warmer. Why it is getting warmer? Because lots of carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere, which is trapping the sun's heat, and because of that heat, the snow is melting at the poles. Okay, and why do you think there is a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? Because we are doing deforestation. The carbon dioxide is used by the trees, isn't it, children? If there are more trees, then the carbon dioxide is used by the trees, then there will be no carbon dioxide, less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which traps little amount of heat, so that it doesn't cause global warming, isn't it, children? So the main cause for the melting of snow at the poles is deforestation. Okay, these are all interlinked to each other, which are affecting us and which are causing pollution, floods, and all. Okay, so this is our topic for today, children. I have given few keywords in your daily schedule. Please learn them and write it in your classwork. Coming to your question answers. What are the three heat zones? Temperate zone, torrid zone, and frigid zone. Okay, if you have to write it in the order, torrid zone, which is in the middle, above it, temperate zone, and below also it's temperate zone, and at the poles you have frigid zone. So you have to write it in that way. Okay, next. Is it possible for all the places on the earth to have same kind of climate all year round? Explain with reasons. No, we cannot have all the everyone have the same climate. Why? Because of the sun rays which they are receiving, and also because of the rotation and revolution of the earth also, it's not possible to have all the places have the same climate same climate all the year. Okay, no, because the earth is spherical and all the places are not located at the similar height or at an equal distance from the equator. So that is the reason. Okay, write these two answers in your classwork. Coming to your next question. How is the earth divided into three major heat zones? That is torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. So you are going to write about the three zones, and please do the diagram, children, which is here. North pole, south pole, Arctic circle, Antarctic circle, showing all the torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. All you have to draw it, write it neatly, and also practice it. If you get this question in the exam, you need to write the answer. Along with that, you need to draw the diagram on the left side. On the plain side you have, right? So on the white side you need to draw the diagram also. So do learn the answer and also practice the diagram. Okay, coming to your next homework. Complete the volume book, children. Page number 41, S4, heat zones of the earth. Okay, so with this we have completed with our block, children. So in the next class I'll meet you with the new block, and for the exams, do write neatly all the answers, write neatly. Use the capital letters only at the starting of the sentence or after the full stop if you are writing the sentence. Okay, don't write capital letters in between the answer. Okay, if you use the capital letters, use it when you are using for a noun, for proper nouns, not every time. Okay, last time also you have written in the capital letters in between, so don't write it in between, children. Okay, try to learn it. Use the capital letters only at the starting of the sentence or after the full stop or for a proper noun. Okay, so do learn, perform well in your exam, write neatly, draw the diagrams neatly if you have, like you have learned the latitudes, longitudes, revolution, rotation, now you have zones. Draw it neatly, label it properly. Okay, so all the best for your exams, children. Bye.